scene of a morning fire at 786 South Henderson Street here in Galesburg. You can see, I'm told that there were heavy flames visible earlier, but that the fire department were able to get the fire out quickly, and they're now investigating. You can see there's a large hole. It is believed according to witnesses, the home was vacant. And they're looking for hot spots. Okay, reporter Robert Connolly is going to give us an update about what he knows.
So we're out here at 786 South Henderson Street. It's consistent rains are coming down, so it's a little cold. But there was there was flames shooting out of that second-story window right there, where fire crews are focused right now, and they got it put out pretty quick. 2 people were inside the home at the time. It's been vacant for about 2 years, so that those people are being interviewed by police, and there wasn't any gas or electric running to the house, and so they're just making sure that nothing's hiding in the roof right now or the walls. There should be more later today. I think some investigators are coming out to the scene, but nobody was hurt, and there's about 2 blocks or so of Henderson Street shut off right now from about Galesburg Guns and Ammo and Galesburg Electric down to I'm gonna guess that's 1st or 3rd Street down there. First Street.
3rd Street.
3rd Street. So I would probably avoid this area for probably at least another hour, if not 2.
So there's an update, and I'm going to stay here for a few minutes, and we'll stay live. Again, the fire is out. We'll do a walk around here in a moment. No smoke. Fire was put out quickly. Great work by the Galesburg Fire Department, as always. As Robert mentioned, there were reports of heavy flames coming from you can see the hole, and that hole was cut in there, but there were heavy flames coming out of that 2nd story. Again, the house has been vacant for over a year, and evidently there were some folks that were in there.
How we doing?
Good, Brock, how are you? Good, how are you? Sounds like we're going to have a word with Battalion Chief McDormand here in a moment as well. See if we can get a little more updated information. As you can see, firefighters are putting their gear back on. They'll be going inside. See the firefighters upstairs. Okay.
If it was just a little bit colder, it's probably sleet.
Yes. Yes, it's very cold out here. Okay, they're
As some of the crews have started pulling out, looks like Ameren's going to be working on cutting making sure that the power that's not connected doesn't affect putting out the fire. And Jihas just took off. The city's put up some barricades on South Henderson Street, so again, try to avoid the area for probably about an hour, if not longer. Looks like most of the police presence is leaving as well. Mostly Galesburg Fire.
Haven't you seen enough? I've got a face for radio.
Stop. Great job. Go ahead, Ron.
And now we're being joined by Battalion Chief Mike McDormand. I guess what happened here this morning?
Well, we got a call that there was a fire showing in the second floor window of a house at the corner of 2nd and South Henderson Street. When we arrived, you can see there where the primary involvement was. It was coming out of the front window. It had already vented. We noticed there was no electrical meter, no gas meter. On the walk around, the guys made a quick knock from the outside, then made entry through the front door, got up the stairs and put it out pretty quickly. Now they're just going through, checking to make sure that there's no hidden fire remaining in the walls and the attic space, so that we don't have to come back here later.
Is there any thought right now as the origin of the fire or anything like that?
Our fire investigators here, along with the GPD investigator, they'll let us know more as they find stuff out. They kind of keep that close to the hip.
Right. So how long do you expect this section of South Henderson Street to be closed off?
Well, we've got about another probably 10-15 minutes, and we'll have the 5-inch line shut down and picked up and out of the way. Once that happens, we can probably roll the engine around onto 2nd Street and clear South Henderson Street up. Ameren's got the wires cut to the power cut to the building now entirely, so even though there's no meter, there's no electricity going to the house now.
So now it's just kind of up to the investigators at this point?
Yeah, it's up to them. They'll do a thorough recreation of the scene and make sure that they can put everything back where it was in the room, clean out some of the ceiling that was pulled down to check for extension into the attic space.
And so there were 2 people present at the time, but no one was injured?
That's what I was told. The PD's talking to 2 subjects at this time. I don't know. I guess on follow-up, I don't know 100% that they were actually inside at the time, but they were present on the premises.
Gotcha.
I don't know any names.
With it being this type of, starting to get a little colder out, does that affect you guys as firefighters much, or?
Well, the cold is always, extreme temperatures, hot and cold, is always bad for us, but this is actually pretty comfortable for us, because once, with it being cool, and once we start moving around and there being fire, it helps us cool down. But once it gets to a certain point, where the ice is forming on the structure and on the ladders, that's what we really start to have danger with.
Gotcha. Well, I appreciate you taking a couple minutes. I'm sure you probably got a lot more to get to, but
oh yeah. Well,
thanks for hopping on Facebook Live with us.
Thanks for coming out.
All right. All right, so that was Battalion Chief Mike McDormand talking about the specifics. There's the AMRA guy that was up in the bucket a couple minutes ago, finishing up, taking down that line to make sure no electricity is going to the vacant home. From what it sounded like from the battalion chief, fire crews might be out of the street in the next 30 minutes or so. So maybe South Henderson Street would be reopened at that point, but probably safe to give it at least another hour or so. The traffic's kind of been being diverted at the old Jake's Tavern and Galesburg Guns and Ammo and Galesburg Electric, that area right there. And then on the other side, I think that's 3rd Street, I believe. So you can still get around over here. We'll have more later today on what the investigators come up with on Galesburg.com, and if not, be sure to pick up a copy of Wednesday's Register Mail. And I think that does it for us in terms of Facebook Live out here, but again, check back for updates on Galesburg.com later today.